those of you at home may be wondering why the Cyclones starting lineup was announced first here this evening. For all intents and purposes, this is a Columbus home game. Doesn't reflect as such on the USPHL website because we are playing here in Cincinnati's venue, but the Mavericks are the home team. Cincinnati is the away team. We're underway here at Queen City Sportsplex. Again, the Columbus Mavericks and Cincinnati Junior Cyclones. 7th and final meeting of the season. As Aiden Bepko holds in the defensive end for the Clones, who are moving left to right on your screen. Alex Perez gives it up to Thomas Eggleston. Hunter Gentz pushes it behind the net of Devin DiCarlo. DiCarlo in net again for the Clones. Anders Smith opposing him. Been that way for the last 3 matchups now between these two squads at Queen City Sportsplex. We'll get a pause in the action with that puck hitting the ceiling. Just to run back through the starters for each side. Left to right across the front line, we've got Alex Brown, Hunter Gentz, and Thomas Eggleston for the Mavs. Graham Wood and Will Kadidis on the blue line. And Smith in net. For the Clones, Alex Perez, Juan Guzman, and Garrett Elliott left to right across that front line. And the blue liners, Aiden Bepko and David McDonald. Cincinnati has it pinned in the attacking zone for the moment. Now pushes it behind the net of Smith. It's a second line on for the Clones right now. Patrick Patton had the opportunity. Cam Klein catches that puck at center and punches it back down behind the net of Smith. And Kujendikis on the ice trying to get possession back for the Mavs. Now to the far wall it goes. Picked up by Leo Harris trying to clear. And again can't. Cincinnati keeping that offensive pressure so far, and Columbus finally leaks out with it. Leo Harris coming down the near wall. Lincoln Naumenko crunches him against the boards. But the Mavs do keep possession. Zolka through the crease. No recipient on that pass. Emilio Valentine seeds way to Naumenko here. The Clones trying to get back on the attack. Tanner Kathman had it yanked away, and Hunter Gentz with Thomas Eggleston on his right. Gentz shoots and scores over the shoulder of Devin DiCarlo. Ventured too far out of the crease. Gave Gentz a pathway. And the Mavs are on the board just 110 seconds into this one. Evan Smith holds for Cincinnati now, and it's poked away by Gentz, who just scored that goal. First 2 shots on in the game come from Columbus, and again they capitalize on the second one from Gentz. It's his 10th goal of the year, and Eggleston got his 3rd helper on the play. The Clones did a great job maintaining pressure, but it leaked out. And the speed of Gentz on display once again. He has tormented Cincinnati. And the Mavs are coming the other way here. Thomas Eggleston walled off that puck by Aiden Bepko. Nice poke from his knee though. Now Bepko will hold. He lofted that up the ice to Perez. Ducked under it. Will Kadidis holds and clears. McDonald there to intercept. Bringing it in as Perez escaped the attacking zone. McDonald looking for help. Tried going through the crease to Perez. Pass got deflected into the glass on the far wall. Graham Wood plays it off those boards on the near side. And out. Hilliker was trying to beat out icing, but it was waved off at the last second. Charlie Nelson was coming down. That puck got lost, and Cam Klein skates as he came off the bench. Juan Guzman picked it up, raced up, and Graham Wood wore the brunt of that hit. Now it's Nelson and Harris out in front. Nelson tries scoring from where Gentz just did a moment ago. Sprayed his shot wide. Zalka holds, backhand in on DeCarlo, deflected, gathered by Guzman. Out, he plays it to Elliott. 16-20 and counting here in the opening period. Couple of fresh bodies on the ice for Columbus. Now, Thomas Patton trying to play that puck up the near wall and out. And Braden Medved chops it into the netting with 16:07 on the clock. Again, Gents with 10 goals on the year now, and half of them have come against Cincinnati. Cyclones trying to find the equalizer right there, but lost it in the low slot. Puck still not possessed as it comes out. Now John Wilburn had it, lost it. Passed through the slot, intercepted by Louis Allen. Cam Kujendikis in his way, backhanded across the ice behind Patton, who's flanking down the left wing. Gallegos will keep it in for the Clones. And now the Mavs will play it out. Lincoln Naumenko getting back, keeping the pressure on again for Cincinnati. Knocked off the puck there by Andrew Kiefer. Now Columbus held it, gave it up. Guest backhands to Allen, brings it across the blue line. Shot was muted by Brown, trailing from behind. Now Allen and Brown exchange shoulders. Guest again keeping it on the attacking zone for Cincinnati. Patton leaves the ice. We get a whistle. And now Allen in a confrontation with Medved. The official steps right in the way of that. They will both head to the bench. Medved and Allen. First penalized player for either side here today. Comes one tick over 5 minutes into the period. We'll get some 4-on-4 here early today. Nice job by Thomas Eggleston to get possession, but going to seed it back to the Clones. Bepko plays it up to Guzman. Over to Elliott. Clones streaking down the ice, still searching for that game-tying goal. It's going to be hard to come by against Anders Smith. Now Eggleston and Guzman had it lost in their skates. Bepko holds, tries twisting back around Emilio Valentine. Lost it to Gents. Neither team creating a shot opportunity thus far through 4-on-4. We're 40 seconds in. Now Perez will play it back to Elliott. Eggleston doing a great job wreaking havoc on the defensive portion of the ice. And now here comes Perez. Back through the slot. Pass knocked away by Zalka was intended for Bepko, and here comes Eggleston. Just one man between him and the goal. Thomas Eggleston comes into the slot, shoots, and has his shot covered up by DeCarlo, sitting atop the left wing part of the crease. Face-off coming from the right dot here for the Mavs. Zalka won it, played decline though. He goes up and out of the zone with it. Brown holds, moves across the ice. And again, here comes Columbus. Graham Wood went through two lines. Shot was saved by DeCarlo, but the Mavs again creating. Brown has it leak away from his reach. Played back to Wood. He's surrounded on the near boards. And now Klein pick up the loose change behind the net of DeCarlo. Body is hitting that near the Cincinnati bench. 13 seconds left of 4-on-4 play. Cam Klein up to Patrick Patton. He's towing the line with it. Lost it at center. Potential miscommunication between he and Perez as that timer sounds. And now Allen and Medved both back on the ice. And it's a quick exit from Medved. Shot saved by DeCarlo coming from Brown. On the ice now for Columbus is Jackson Miller. Now Charlie Nelson had 4 clones surrounding him, shot it anyway. Loose change picked up by Harris. Back to Nelson, he holds. Where's his shoulder from David McDonald? Played out, Kujendikas was back. Had it go through his legs. Slide all the way back behind the net of Anders Smith, who has still only seen 1 shot come his way so far. Columbus has put 5 on the board. McDonald playing it back down. Delayed offside, waved off. Kujendikas gives to Will Kadidis. Eggleston lost it to McDonald. Takes a hack at it. Wide of the net. Smith came out the crease momentarily to get it. Could not hang on. Now here the Mavericks come on another attempted clear. It's still loose in their zone. Finally, one last swipe from Merrick Perio got against another opportunity. Forehand, backhand, and the save from DeCarlo with the left pad. DeCarlo fully extended with his stomach on the ice. Keeps it a 1-0 margin. Gens was looking for goal number 6 against Cincinnati this year. Face-off taken. Played out. DeCarlo another save, this time with the paddle up into the netting. Blue line attempt from Martin Tupper. We'll rerun that face-off. Gens and Noah Gedge going after it. This time the Clones emerge. Amelia Valentine trying to hold it in on the attack for Columbus, and does. Cross ice to Tupper. In on the shot, and it was wide of the goal mouth. Columbus, though, keeping possession on that attack. 6 different bodies on that far side. Gens gets a slapper on his way in, deflected by Naumenko. Another shot, Naumenko blocks again. And Tanner Kathman takes a major hit. Delivered by Alex Brown. Tanner Kathman, a tougher man than me, getting back to his feet quickly, and now he dodges Hunter Gens, plays it out to center. And now this time, trying to dish out his own punishment. Gens wore the shot from Kathman and is headed off the ice. Charlie Nelson circling around, trying to get back in the attacking zone. Dodges Kathman, shoots and scores. Charlie Nelson dipping through and drilling one into the upper corner of the net to make it 2-0. Ninth goal of the year, 13th point. Not even halfway into this one, and the Mavericks coming out with their hair on fire. They're looking for more. Sean Horning intercepts Leo Harris's pass. The Clones swimming in their own end right now. Anders Smith is laid out on a beach chair on the other end of the ice. I have to remove the shades here for a second. Vestal comes through, shot from Turner. Punched up and away by Smith. Just the second time he has been tested today. Anders Smith has done some of his best work against Cincinnati this year. Last 2 games in this building, 37 saves on 40 shots, 31 saves on 34 shots. He gets his 3rd right there, as there's some fists exchanged next to him in the crease. The officials quickly close in. The best game of the season for Anders Smith, though, came on February 11th. It was 8 days ago. He made 74 saves on 76 shots. Unfortunately, he took a hard luck loss in that one, but talk about someone standing on their head. Anders Smith did it that day. Even more incredible, the Mavericks were outshot by a very significant margin that first period, so much that the Islanders Hockey Club put up 38 shots in those first 20 minutes, and Smith stopped all 38 from finding the back of the net. Cincinnati trying to push shot number 4 by him here, still holding possession. Now turned it over. Here comes Percio into the attacking zone. They'll pitch it behind the boards. A mass exodus for the Mavs, getting a fresh unit on. Juan Guzman coming through, blew a tire, lost it in front of his own bench. And now we have Guzman shouting at Graham Wood, but it looks like we might have too many men on the ice for Cincinnati. So they were trying to get their own fresh squad on. Guzman will head into the box. It is the first power play of the evening. And both teams committed penalties earlier, give us 2 minutes of 4-on-4. Now again, Guzman will serve the too many men on the ice penalty as the Mavs have a chance to push their lead out to 3-0 here. Against giving to Kuzendikis far side. Wood unattended on the left wing. Shot from Kuzendikis was blocked by Naumenko. Now Gallegos tries shoving Medved off the puck. Officials quickly skating over as those two trade words. It is Gallegos who is penalized now just 28 seconds after Guzman. The Mavericks are going to get a 5-on-3 opportunity, and 3 new bodies onto the ice for Cincinnati to try and eliminate it. David McDonald, Aiden Bepko, and Alex Perez. 5 out there for Columbus. Graham Wood, Hunter Gentz, Cam Kuzendikis, Dalton Zolka, and Braden Medved. It's Gentz holding, coming in from the blue line, shooting, and being stopped by DeCarlo. Have a clock malfunction here, it appears. 8:11 remain in the period, but only one of the 2 penalties for Cincinnati currently showing on the board. The minute 51 now for Denver Gallegos. Should be slightly more than a minute 20 remaining on the Guzman infraction. We do have that showing up on the board now. A minute 24 of 5-on-3 time for the Mavericks remaining. This is a big play in this game, just 12 minutes in. 3-0. Columbus putting up those goals in 11:56. If they had scored on that shot, DeCarlo made another save. Would be a pretty significant advantage. The Clones need some momentum to try and get themselves back into this one. Wood gets the pass from Gentz. Approaching in from the blue line. Goes far wall. Gets it back from Kuzendikis down to Gentz near the left dot. Wood quarterbacking things top the key. Comes in, shoots, and he scores. Graham Wood. With a bit of excitement there and some gloating in front of the Cincinnati bench, but who can blame him? Just gave the Mavericks a 3-0 lead. 7:47 remaining in period number 1. Third goal of the year for Wood, and still a minute 27 of power play time for Columbus. Will Kadidis on the attack this time. Wraps it around the boards to Nelson. Lets it slip through to Brown. Eggleston on the right dot. Over to Charlie Nelson. Back to Kadidis. Slap shot deflected twice into this near corner. Harris plays back to Charlie Nelson. He now sits right behind Devin DiCarlo. Nelson plotting his course out in front to Eggleston. And DiCarlo is able to make the save. Emmett Guest and Thomas Eggleston will face off on that right dot. And Eggleston using his size advantage there, walling off the smaller Guest. Kadidis gets in close, shoots right at the chest of DiCarlo. That one was too easy. Hunter Gentz gets his 11th assist on the Wood goal. Kuzendikis' 8th helper. Leaks out the center. Nelson had it, lost it. To Gedji, who kicked it to himself up the ice. Short-handed, Clones are trying to get one back here. 30 ticks left on the power play for Columbus. Bepko holding in his defensive end. Spins away from a pair of defenders, and now he spins it down to Smith, who's out his crease. Trying to create one last opportunity here on this power play for Columbus. Played up to Nelson. Coming through 3 lines. He and McDonald crash into an official. Bepko had it on the far wall. And Brown pushed him away. Eggleston has it now. Just 3 seconds left on the power play. He shoots. Rebound chance would have been there if there was a man in the crease for the Mavericks. I guess he kicked it out. Power play is over. Nice play by McDonald going to his stomach. The absolute fullest extent of his reach, and now the Clones trying to answer on the other end. Perez had his shot knocked away by Emilio Valentine. Through the slot, he played it, and Guest couldn't get there in time. Smith's net might be off its peg on the other end. He's trying to fix it. Now the Clones have possession. Played out, tapped away by Wilburn. Louis Allen gives to Guest. Smith standing through. Another errant pass. Nearly a great chance for Andrew Kiefer, but he couldn't get the blade down in time. And it'll go for icing on the Mavs instead with 5:35 to go in the period. Finally have an official designation on the Gallegos penalty. It was indirect head contact that sent him into the box. Patrick Patton telling Louis Allen where he wants him to stand at. So Clones looking for answers here early. Allen spun around a few times. The Mavs tried to clear it. Gallegos kept it in initially with the left hand. And now Minko plays back to Gallegos. Pass deflected. Allen nearly turned it over. 4 different players were standing atop the Cincinnati blue line. Now Emmett Guest through the slot. Pass knocked away by Wood, and it's a good thing for Columbus. Smith made that save, leaked away. Louis Allen was coming through on that pass from Guest. Now Wood's stick is yeeted to the ceiling. We've got 2 arms in the air. No penalties. Icing will bring it back to the defensive zone. The attacking end for Cincinnati. Face off won by Guzman. Perez had it. Flicked the shot towards Smith. It went wide. Cincinnati looking for shot number 5. Instead turns it over. The Mavericks captain Wood sends it in high off the window. That came from near center, and now he mashes Hilliker into the boards. Perez sliding through. Shot saved by Smith. Now Eggleston spins away from a hit. Cincinnati holding. Back in the defensive end, Cam Klein plays up to Perez. Knocked away from behind, and Eggleston there for Cincinnati. Columbus, rather. He gave it to Gentz, and now it is Brown. And Klein holds for the Clones. Ran on by Gentz. And we have got what sounded like a high stick and a no way response from Thomas Eggleston. So again, we've got a face-off on the right dot. The Cincinnati offensive end. Kuzhendikis picked up that puck for the Mavs. Eggleston nearly had a breakaway, but Bepko on the backhand. Back to Alex Brown. Eggleston touched up. Brown lost that puck. Gentz was there to gather. Now Kuzhendikis brings it in. Slings that puck off of McDonald. Rebound on a shot from the blue line. Nearly a great opportunity for Eggleston. Again, Medved to a knee to keep it in. DiCarlo punches it away. Gentz trying to play it on a backhand through the slot. Now he's holding, bringing it out near the blue line. Gives to Medved. Gentz wants it back. Shot knocked away by Evan Smith. Up and over the boards into Cincinnati's bench. Harris and Patrick Patton will tango at the top. Bepko off the win for Cincinnati. Gave over to Allen. Pass behind Patton. Easily yanked away. And now Allen steals one of his own. And Cincinnati holds possession again. Under 3 minutes to go here in the opening period. Charlie Nelson holding right at center. Plays back. And now up the ice it comes. Guest had it. And Harris got his hand in the cookie jar to take it away. He got stood up in the corner as his punishment. Here comes Guest. Patton on the left gets that pass from Guest coming down the left side. Back to Guest, just out the reach. A little too far down the ice for Guest to handle, and here comes Leo Harris in response. Tries avoiding McDonald. DiCarlo way out his crease. Plucks the backhand pass from Harris out of the air. Another face-off for the Mavericks on the attacking end. Off the face-off, Perez has it on the far boards. Chopped that, knocked into the air. Eggleston and Hilliker joust for it. And it is Hilliker that comes away across the center and plays it behind the net of Smith. Columbus holding here with 1:50 and counting in this first period. Graham Wood leaves it for Will Kadidis. Up to Gentz he plays. Now Gens goes back to Wood. Guzman trying to create an opportunity for Cincinnati. Gets skated past by Wood, who is wagging his tongue at defenders coming down the ice. Wood took that quick lap and now exits. His teammates still in the attacking end. Medved comes out to replace him. Loose puck in front of DeCarlo's crease. Brown couldn't pick it up for Columbus. Wilkvidis holds at the blue line. Turns around Garrett Elliott. Back to Brown. Blue line attempt. DeCarlo has it go right into his mitt. Save number 15 of the game for DeCarlo. There's 1:04 left in this opening frame. Kugendikis, Nelson, Zulka, Harris, and Medved out there for the Mavs. Patton will take the face-off against Nelson for Cincinnati, who has Allen, Gallegos, Guest, and now Menko out there. Nice pass from Allen off the wall to Guest, looking cross ice, shoots. Smith went from that near crease back to the far. Shot sprayed errantly by Patton. Now Nelson and Zulka 2-on-1. Gallegos gets back in the picture. Late whistle for an offside on the Mavs. Looked like the official may have dropped his whistle for a moment while bringing it to his mouth. Nice catch. Just took an extra moment for it to blow. 40 seconds left in what has been a tremendous first period for Columbus. Gallegos behind the goal line of DeCarlo to now Menko. Up the ice was a crisp pass. Guest furthest out. He holds. Played back through. Out in front. Allen's shot denied. Smith drove that left knee to the ice. And the Clones still scoreless. Last 5 seconds. Allen's going to get another crack at it. 2-1 backhand right into the chest of Smith. We'll see if the officials elect to put a few tenths back on the timer, but it looks like that's just going to be the end of the first period. Two minutes remaining here of first intermission between the Columbus Mavericks and Cincinnati Junior Cyclones. It is the visiting but home team supposed to be on the scoreboard. I'm not entirely sure how it's all working out, but what I was told initially, and I talked about this pregame, was that it was supposed to be a Columbus home game, but for reasons unbeknownst to me, we are here today. Cincinnati is hosting, but so I'm not entirely sure how everything's going to show up, in the official scorekeeping, all that clerical stuff. What I do know is that Columbus is leading 3-0 here through 20 minutes. And that is courtesy of a goal from Hunter Gens, a second goal from Charlie Nelson, and a third one from Graham Wood. Assists in the period going to Eggleston, Gens, and Kugendikis. We'll probably bring this up again during actual gameplay, which seems is going to begin sooner than the 57.4 on the game clock would tell you here is remaining in first intermission. But Hunter Gens has 21 points this season. He has 10 goals. And his line in 4 games inside Queen City Sportsplex this season, or just through 10 periods rather, is 4-2-6. So Hunter Gentz continuing to be a terror to the Cyclones in this building in particular. He's got 2 points in 3 of 4 games against the Clones on this ice. And he's looking to build upon his 3rd effort of doing that here in the last 2 periods. Columbus sitting comfortably ahead, moving left to right now. And the Clones, as you'll see here with Aiden Bepko passing up to Alex Perez, are moving right to left. On Guzman, trying to knife by Graham Wood and keep possession for Cincinnati on that pass. There's a bit of a pile up on the far side. Pass back to McDonald, sent in on Smith. Made the save. Guzman could not get there to screen in time. Now it is Gentz racing up the ice around Bepko. And he takes a hit. It's like a shoulder coming in from Garrett Elliott. Now Perez will dump it down. Smith redirects it to the corner. Perez is on top of Wood, and now we have a whistle. It looks like Wood might be called for holding Perez. Looks like they're laughing about it. Bit of a different tenor than some of the interaction in that first period. Typically a pretty chippy game when these two meet up. That 75 rivalry. First power play of the game for Cincinnati. There's Patrick Patton holding out near the blue line. Gives to Cam Klein, blue line shot. Saved by Smith. Kujendikis kicks into that far corner. Emmett Guest holding. Louis Allen out there as well. Patrick Patton tried going through to Allen, but looked like a miscommunication, and is Zolka there trying to clear and threw it out of play. Hilliker, the 5th man on the power play for Cincinnati. Drew Beatty, Braden Medved, Dalton Zolka, and Cam Kujendikis, the 4 on the kill out there for the Mavericks. We've got another stop in play as the goal behind Anders Smith had apparently come loose. Now everything is ready to go. Allen kicking to Guest. Plays it off those yellow baseboards to Allen. Now returning the favor. Guest trying to get it to Allen once again. He holds on that right dot, sends it in off the side netting. Easy clear for Medved. Cam Klein will go get the loose puck. Tried playing it to Guest. Now it is Guest holding the puck in, trying to set up that power play for Cincinnati. Klein at the blue line gets the pass. And he couldn't get it cleanly over to Patton at first. Offside waved off. That puck looked like it may have leaked just a touch beyond that blue line, but the Mavs will clear in much easier fashion now with 43 ticks left on the power play. Nearly an own goal there on the Clones with a back pass to Klein. Carlo had to kick that left leg out pretty far to prevent that from going in. Now Patton holds 27 seconds on the power play. Gives near corner. Guzman with a steep angle. It goes off the blade of Smith into that far netting. First 3 shots of the second period come from Cincinnati, aided to an extent by this power play. Columbus led in shots 17-8 at the conclusion of period number 1. Face off. Like Nelson got the blade down first there and sent it up into the netting. No chance for me to make a catch there because of that netting. Probably the One opportunity where I wish it hadn't have been there for me to make a play. These things will come at you pretty hot. Now Aiden Vepko off the face-off, giving it back to Perez. Sent far side to Garrett Elliott. And plays back to McDonald at the blue line. McDonald leads Cincinnati defenseman in points. He has 11. He's not going to get one here on the power play, but could come at even strength. And now fresh out the box, Leo Harris. Looks like he lost it at the last second. Still out in front. DiCarlo having to make another save. He's on his stomach. Graham Wood came out of the box, went straight to the bench. Leo Harris came on right as Zalka picked up possession. Harris didn't take the time to compose himself for that opportunity. Wide-eyed with not a soul in sight. Fortunate break for Cincinnati. Wood back on the ice now, having a conversation with the head referee of today's game. Kadidis coming in from the blue line on that left wing side. Save made by DiCarlo. And we have got a hand pass on the Clones. 16:36 on the clock here in the second period. Pace has slowed a touch since the frenetic first 10 minutes or so, which saw Columbus score 3 times. Zalka spun down. Noah Gedji crosses the line, takes a shot, and it sails over the crossbar off that glass. Zalka plays over to Harris. He goes up to Charlie Nelson. He's got 1 goal today, looking for a second. Lincoln Naumenko cuts off his path. Now it is Zalka in the far corner, gathered on. Now the puck finds itself right near DiCarlo. Loose, leaking to that far corner, and the Clones emerge with it. Naumenko through 3 lines. We have 2 defenders on him though, Wood and Kadidis. Backhand through, Smith not there in time. Another backhand, Smith is all over it. And that will get a big round of applause from the Columbus contingent. Made the short trek today. If Honor Smith didn't get his own blade down any sooner, it's Evan Smith likely putting that one by him and potentially carrying Smith into the net with him. All that momentum he had coming in. Penalty amidst that fracas is on Zalka, so another power play chance for Cincinnati, and it's a quick clear from the Mavs. Clones need to capitalize on one of these and make this a 2-goal deficit. Third penalty of today's match on Columbus. Clones have 3 as well. Shot saved again by Smith. Guzman tried screening him, but to no avail. Here come the Clones again. 3 defensemen back. Shot on, Smith saves, can't freeze it. Leaps on top of it. Freeze came with the sweater there, as opposed to the mitt. Patrick Patton out there for Cincinnati right now, as is Louis Allen, Tyler Hilliker, Emmett Guest, and Cameron Klein. Graham Wood Tried clearing that one for Columbus right there, but Allen scooped it up. Seamus McCoy, Emilio Valentine, and Alex Brown, the other three on the kill for Columbus. Guest mistimed a slap shot out in front to Allen, played, and Smith again is there. My goodness. Louis Allen is ringing the doorbell, and Andres Smith is not answering. Here come the Clones again. 36 seconds on the power play here. Backhand through from Patton. Leaked out, and here comes Alex Brown. Guest's going to try and make himself part of this play. Can't, though. Brown, too easy. 4-0 Mavericks is what he can make it for you. Goal number 2 of the year in game number 5 for Alex Brown. Columbus has scored on the power play at even strength and shorthanded now. There's still 34 minutes left of game time, so Clones aren't necessarily out of it, but Columbus is in a pretty good spot. Face off taken by the Clones. McDonald holds right at center. Clones going to try and answer here with Bepko. One last hurrah on the power play. Left it for Perez, who was residing out near the blue line. Another miscommunication as Guzman leaps into Tupper, leading with the shoulder. McDonald will hold in on the far wall. And lost again. Here comes Gentz. Up to Beatty. Gentz skating past Hilliker, trying to cut off passing lanes. Shot through Beatty. It is kicked away by DiCarlo, and here comes McDonald with Tupper trying to get back in the way. McDonald spinning, backhanding, and scoring for Cincinnati. David McDonald, 6th of the year. Best of all defensemen for the Clones. Makes it 4-1. Smith caught off guard with the back-handed shot. Let's see if that can spark anything for the Clones. They've stopped the bleeding momentarily here. They're going to try and make it a second quick conversion. Gallegos coming through. He shoots. Shot knocked into the netting by Medved. Guzman gets his 9th assist of the year, point number 10 for Bepko. It is helper number 2 and point number 3. Wilburn and Patton face off. It is Wilburn winning it to Kuzendikis. It was played. Gallegos keeps it in, though, for Cincinnati. Guest behind the goal line. Back out in front. Allen had his stick knocked out by Wilburn. Would have been the 4th prime chance for Louis Allen, but that time Smith got some help from his defenseman. Kalmenko in his own end. Gathers for the Clones, plays the Guest, backhanded up to Allen. And it is turned over to Wilburn. Now Medved holds, plays it off those boards right in front of the Cincinnati bench. Now Columbus trying to set things up. Now Menko picks off the attempted pitch in from Medved. Guess where's a shot from Wilburn. Allen through the slot, takes the shot, and Smith is all over it. Now Patton trying to stick his fingers through the slot of Medved's mask. Medved pulling it back through over his face. And it looks like Patton is headed to the box. Medved to his own bench, but trailing by 3, trying to put together a good stretch and get back in this game. Not the smartest decision from Patrick Patton. First penalty on Cincinnati of the period. Be the 4th time they've gone to the kill. The Mavs with Graham Wood under Gentz and Kujendikis trying to make it 5-1. Wood playing to Gentz, far side. Gentz tries squeezing it through a key slot. Went off that side netting to Medved, gave it back to Gentz. Through the slot, he found Kujendikis. We're down to 1:30 with a man up for Columbus. Wood setting up at the blue line. Gentz leaking out on the left wing side near that blue line. Played into Medved behind the goal line, and his pass is knocked away. Gentz gathered for a moment, and it's held in by the Mavs. Kujendikis coming in. Shot knocked away by Klein. Rebound from Medved is off that side netting as well. Gentz again keeping it in, keeping the pressure on this 4-man kill group for Cincinnati. Nice save by DiCarlo, getting back to the near post on Medved's doorstep attempt. Zalka heading off the ice. Glove removed from his right hand. Looks like he may be injured. Clones get fresh bodies on for the last 40 seconds of this kill. McDonald has got one today. Has it knocked away here. Comes on to Carlo. Played up and out to center. Guess the lone Cyclone on the attacking half of the ice. Now Noah Gedge joins him. Back around. Will Kadidis picks it up. Dodges the shoulder of Gedge. 15 seconds on the man advantage. Now it is Kadidis playing to Harris. Pass deflected by Gedge. And now Guest with only Harris near him as the power play timer runs out for the Mavs. Smith standing tall with another save. Guzman keeping the opportunity alive for Cincinnati, at least for the moment. Guest has it taken away by Kujendikis on the goal line. McDonald holds it in, sends it in, deflects around. Guest to Guzman, shot in, and again, there's a defenseman there for the Mavs. Bepko has to bust his tail down the ice. 9:26 to play here in the second period. Perez had that one out a little too far in front of him. Turned it over to the Mavericks. Eggleston trying to dodge Hilliker. McDonald lifted it away from him, but Harris is swiping through. Brown on the rebound has it saved. DiCarlo with his 20th stop of the game. Guzman and Wilburn in the face-off dot. He was won by Guzman that time. He's alone, though, in this near corner. McDonald trying to play to Bepko. And Bepko got a shoulder up high, and that's going to be a penalty. Bepko protesting adamantly. John Wilburn took that shot to the mouth. And Bepko, with the shoulder and the forearm, delivered a flush shot. And once again, Cincinnati is on the kill. Officially an elbow on Bepko. 5th Cincinnati infraction of the day. Will Kadidis holds for Columbus. Charlie Nelson trying to backhand it through because it's another power play opportunity for the Mavs. And have to reset as the Clones clear down to Anders Smith. Thomas Eggleston, Leo Harris, and Alex Brown out there. As Kadidis carrying through 3 lines, streaking past Hilliker, getting on to Carlo, who successfully snuffs out that chance. Four new bodies coming on for Cincinnati. Elliott, Perez, Gallegos, and now Minko. Be tasked with killing off the next portion of this kill. Harris off the face-off win. Save by DeCarlo with that left pat. Smith leaves it for Kadidis. Up to Nelson. Perez applying pressure and had it for a moment in his skates, but Alex Brown is there to retrieve it for Columbus. Brown wrapping himself all the way around the boards. Now giving it to Nelson. Skating slightly backward near that blue line. Given to Harris on the left wing. Sent in off the boards back to Nelson on this near side. Perez trying to knife his way through and steal it away. And that chaos helped force Columbus to reset with 40 seconds on the clock here. Elliott broke a man's stick. We've got a penalty coming. Smith saved the goal, but Elliott still has it. Rings the iron. He thought he scored. Brought the arms up in celebration, but did not hit jackpot. Nearly shorthanded for Garrett Elliott. That goal would have been his 10th of the year. Penalty will go on Anders Smith here, as Elliott was trying to come through with a forehand backhand combo and sneak it by this near post, but Smith tripped him in the process. And if you are Columbus, you'll take the penalty, especially if they're not going to grant a penalty shot here. Jackson Miller will serve 2 minutes in the sin bin. Quick chat with Smith, and he'll now reset atop the left side of his crease. 28 seconds of 4-on-4, and then 1:32 on the power play for Cincinnati to work with. McDonald giving to Klein. Patton trying to screen. Nearly snuck it by. Klein will hold the attempted clear. He's fighting with Drew Beatty for possession. Finally gave it to Patton. And now Graham Wood will come the other way. Gentz on the left-hand side. Gets the pass. McDonald cuts it off. Against still holds. It's now short-handed for Columbus. Pass Nearly got through to Allen, but Kujendikis caught a piece of it. Bepko out on the ice now with the foursome of Allen, Patton, Klein, and McDonald. Gentz with an easy kill the other way. DiCarlo out his net. 55 seconds for Cincinnati to work with. Quick line change for Columbus. Wood and Medved are back. Zulka and McCoy out on defense right now as well. Tumbling, Allen went. Tripped over Wood. Inadvertent. No whistle coming. Clones have not had a clean setup on this power play. Looked most organized off that initial face-off win. Down to 20 seconds left. Try and convert with a man up here. Hilliker to Guest. Takes a hit from Medved. Emilio Valentine. Played out, turned over. Allen lofting in. Medved leaps up. Keeps it down with his hand. Played to Guest. Back to Hilliker. And now cleared. No. McDonald goes to a knee and keeps it in. Power play is over. Cincinnati still has possession. McDonald coming in. Shoots high over the crossbar. And Perez will pick it up on the far boards. Goal line pass to Guest. Trying to pass it out to McDonald, who again holds it in. Guest has it leak under his blade to Zulka. And now the Mavs will finally clear. Eggleston coming the other way with a purpose. Lifted out by Naumenko. And here comes McDonald with Allen and Guest. McDonald gave it to Allen, back to Guest. Now it is McDonald on the far corner. Played through, Guest had it, lost it to Zulka. Eggleston now with Naumenko, the only man in his path. McDonald does a nice job joining the defensive effort. 4:20 left in period number 2. Gentz holding in on the far side. Attempted clear from McDonald. Leaking through, Guest has it. Gives to Perez. It's Tupper back defensively. Kadidis there as well. And he picks off that pass intended for Guest. Now Brown behind the goal line of Smith. Knocked away. Wrap around. It is on those boards, and Noah Gedge will send it back the other way. Emmett Guest is there, and he whiffs on a pass. Brown now coming down the right side. Taken away. And it finds the blade of Gentz. Last man you want to see in this position if you're a Cyclones fan. Luckily, he misfired on that attempt. Now Minko looking for an outlet. There's Ryland Stone, who he found. And Stone is going to exit the ice. Kadidis dodging Evan Smith. Coming through 3 lines, trying to do it himself, and he couldn't get past the last line of Naumenko. Tupper to Brown, pinned by Guzman. Smith holds, backhands into the attacking end. Beatty blew a tire. Allowed Smith to get up and get in on that. Shot sent in. Patton would have been there for a rebound, but Smith wedged it out. Kujendikis trying to dodge traffic behind the goal line. Patton walling up. Kiefer shoving a man. He and Evan Smith trading blows. Smith hits his behind. Didn't see any hands raised. .233 on the clock here. Despite neither of those hands being raised, Kiefer and Smith will both head to the box. Under Smith is Cage being repositioned. Clones with a slight 10-8 shot advantage here in period 2. We've got 2 more minutes of 4-on-4. Kiefer and Smith both called for roughing. Elliott trying to get Nelson off the puck. He could not do it. Nelson finally, though, pitches it in. It was intercepted by the Clones. Nelson and Guzman help usher that puck into the netting. Face off, gathered, slap shot for Wood, off of it. No win. Zolka the rebound, spinning, and sent it into the glass. Elliott coming on the attack with Guzman, and Wood made a nice play, pushing him off the puck, and Elliott delivers a shot. Wood was off balance. Elliott assisted him to the ice. The Mavericks didn't like it very much. McDonald having a conversation here. Wood heading off the ice. Elliott also now on the bench. Perez, Patton, Bepko, and McDonald are out there for Cincinnati. Gentz, Emilio Valentine, Alex Brown, Braden Medved are the quartet for Columbus. A minute 10 of 4-on-4 remaining, a minute 40 in this second period. Is Gentz on the far wall. Played to Bepko. Now the Clones will try and set something up, make this a 2-goal deficit. Heading into the third and final period of regulation, McDonald has the first goal. Couldn't get the second. Nice intercept from Perez. Fires! What a reach from Smith. Not sure if that was going to go in or not, but another save to his credit. Emilio Valentine playing to Alex Brown. And it's Gentz, most dangerous man on the ice, shoots. DeCarlo prevents him from adding another point to his tally. A minute on the dot. Face-off was on the dot. And now we are stopped again. 3 seconds come off. 23 seconds to go of 4-on-4. Gentz and Guest. Face-off. Louis Allen picked it up, played through to Guest. He's now on the goal line, and he is pinned into the glass. Gentz holding his mouth. Looks like a high stick for one of the Clones, and it may have been Emmett Guest. It is maybe 43 seconds of power play time for Columbus. First 9 seconds coming 4-on-3. 34 additional seconds in this period if they don't score. And then A minute 17 to open the third period gates. Down to 30 seconds left in the period here. Gedji nudged a man off the puck. And now it's tripped by Kadidis. Not intentional and no penalty necessary. Gedji just kind of flew in, and Kadidis had no idea he was incoming. Eggleston in the dot, pushes it out to Harris. Left back for Kadidis, miscommunications, kicked by him. Can Perez get there for Cincinnati? No. Tried a shorthanded breakaway at the end of the period. Could have done a big boost to Cincinnati's chances, but instead, it's the other way. Columbus with 0.7 seconds to go. On the power play again. Leo Harris will lead the line. His first goal of the year is a backbreaker if you're a Clones fan. Five to 1 after 40 minutes. Leo Harris is the 5th different Maverick to score today. He beats the second period buzzer on the power play. Gotta think if Alex Perez had been a millisecond faster or Kadidis a millisecond slower, could be looking at a 4-2 deficit right now for the Clones if Perez had gotten that breakaway and converted on Smith. Instead, the final 10 seconds of the period, it's a 2-goal swing, and the Clones find themselves down by 4. Second overall point. The Cyclones, after that shorthanded goal from Brown, finally answered. That was less than a minute later, courtesy of David McDonald, who had a breakaway. And one of the Mavericks defenders did a nice job getting back in position, forcing McDonald to spin off his line, but when he did spin, he took a no-look backhanded shot on Anders Smith and sent it by the Maverick netminder. I made it 4-1. And various power play chances throughout the period for Cincinnati to get closer than that. And they nearly got closer short-handed with about 10 seconds left in the period. Puck was leaking out to center. Alex Perez and Will Kadidis both gave chase. And Kadidis beat Perez to the puck by the slimmest possible fraction of a second. Instead of it potentially being 4-2 right now, Kadidis whipped a pass up the ice to Alexander Brown, who then found Leo Harris cutting in from the left wing. Leo Harris made it 5-1 on his first goal of the season. Big congratulations goes to him. We hear many a time that special teams can be the deciding factor in a game, and it has been the case today. 2 power play goals and a shorthanded goal for Columbus. No special teams conversions for Cincinnati. They're going to need 1 or 2 probably here in the last 20 minutes if they want to even this score. They're already up in arms after something that happened there in the first 10 seconds. But no whistles coming. Will Kadidis carrying for the Mavericks right to left. Clones will go left to right. Kadidis going all the way around the goal line and finally pinched up against the glass in that far corner. Aiden Bepko trying to avoid Dalton Zulka. Now trying to force his way by. Tried putting a hit on Graham Wood, but lost his stick and fell to the ice. Now the Mavs will push it the other way. Here comes Zulka across the blue line. McDonald converges on him. Wraparound pass. Harris there again, looking for goal number 2, but DeCarlo saves it. Nice creativity from Zulka gave Harris a good look at the net, but DeCarlo kept it out. It looks like Lee Lansdowne and Ben Cope are very fed up with something. My view must have been obstructed by some of the players on the ice right there. And that is definitely the most agitated I've seen Ben Cope all year. And now the clock is not started. Stuck at 18:42 right now. Shot sent in. DeCarlo saves. Clock finally moving again. Now the Clones trying to get on the attack, but 3 men are back for Columbus. Going to be a bit more conservative this last stretch. Now here comes Allen. Across the blue line. Sent in. Smith to his feet. Tried punching at it. Didn't connect, it appeared. Now Zulka and Harris the other way, with Hilliker and now Minko back. Shot on, DeCarlo save, flicked away. Harris spins, fires the rebound. Now Minko blocked it. And here he comes with Guest holding the puck, crossing the timeline. Back to Allen on a nice spinning delivery. But Allen, the lefty shooter, was not in the best position to get a quality look. Still in the attacking end for Cincinnati. Now Minko couldn't hold it in on the far wall. Gives back to Gallegos here. 17:30 to go in the third period. Played up to Gedji. Lost it in his skates. Medved gets in his path as Smith escapes the crease to come get it. Now Gallegos fighting with Gentz and Eggleston on the wall. Right in front of your screen there. Now Minko looking for help. Fires to Gedji. It clips his skate. Icing waved off with that touch. Gedji trying to gain possession back for Cincinnati in the attacking end. Instead, the Mavs are coming. And Ryland Stone got in the way. Hunter Gentz tried stealing from him. No hands in the air. Clones trying to get any potential advantage here over the last 16:48 that they can. Now Guzman and Brown sticks were tangled up. Stone cleared it on a backhand. Now Clones Guest to McDonald coming out. Mavericks go through a change pass just out the reach of Stone. Seamus McCoy got there. Played to Kadidis, up to Eggleston, who brings it out of the defensive end. Gives to Brown across the blue line. Brown shoots, and that is wide of the far post. Kadidis picked it up as it just escaped the zone. And now here comes Graham Wood sending a shot in. And a flick of the wrist from DeCarlo results in a save here. McCoy will face off with Guzman. He goes right into the official skates. Now it comes to Wood at the blue line, sent in. And out of the zone, Elliott picks it up. He's coming down the right wing side, gets to the slot, and had it knocked away by Wood. Elliott wants that 10th goal badly. Smith Didn't see that puck until the last second. Almost accidentally caught a piece with the right pad and finally put the glove on top of it. Now we get Guzman and Zolka facing off. Clones win it. Perez shoots, and Smith, coming atop his crease, makes another save. He is now up to 20 on the day. Stopped 88 of the last 95 shots sent his way here at Queen City Sportsplex. Now Zolka carries in. Lofted and McDonald was there. Elliott sidesteps a few Mavericks. Finally gets it to Bepko on the far side. Bepko looking and played it behind Guzman. That is going to go for icing. Guzman will face off with Gens this time. Now Bepko trying to navigate the goal line of DiCarlo. Lost it to McDonald. And here comes Elliott. Flanked by Perez, gives to Patton. Perez cut in. Patton was expecting him to stay out on that right wing side. Now it's loose near the crease. Smith going from the near post back to the far one. McDonald alone. Gets it on this far side, played through, deflected by Gens. Spinning shot from Allen, no. Second shot, no. And Louis Allen's going to be having nightmares about Anders Smith. Five shots from inside of 5 feet today. And Allen just cannot solve the riddle. Come the Mavericks, trying to clear. Finally do. Played up to Perico. Lost, found by Guest. Backhand swipe to Patton. Allen coming through. Further out this time. His shot, though, has the same result. Columbus trying to create a chance the other way. Now Kuzhendikis holds, bringing it out through 3 lines, trying to turn the corner on Hilliker. Steep angle, saved by DiCarlo. Kuzhendikis got his own rebound, played to Medved at the blue line. He swipes it in. DiCarlo with a quick save and pitches it back out near that right dot. Exactly 14 minutes remaining here. What is the last Junior Cyclones game set to take place here at Queen City Sportsplex this season. Gets under the blade of Tupper. Forced to get it. Smith unable to beat him to that puck. And now it is Zolka playing it out to Harris. Gets just enough of it. Flip it out to center. Turned over. Nelson looking for help. Now gave to Harris right as he crossed the blue line. Harris gathered upon by Stone and Smith. Forced to reset. And he spins and will bring it back in. And to get around Gallegos. Stone there to help. Gedgy was there too. Clones forced to ice. Kadidis, Eggleston, Gentz, Brown, and Wood out there for Columbus, who again takes the face-off. Eggleston had his shot blocked by Gedge, who's out there with Stone, Smith, now Menko, and Gallegos. Gentz still looking for a third point in this game. Could get it right here, sends a shot in. Soft enough for Gallegos to easily control. Eggleston taking some hands up near his chin. Quick face-off. Gentz takes it against Guzman. Going to close in. Eggleston, shot saved by DiCarlo on a dive. Great work from the Clones netminder off a quick rebound. Face-off shifts to the left wing here. Gentz going to line up. Guzman gets there. Eggleston back to Gentz. Flicked away. Brown couldn't time it up. And here come the Clones the other way. Perez out in front of the pack. Guzman and Elliott two. Smith smothers the shot from Perez. And now Guzman is escorted right to the ice. Sprayed some flakes in the mask of honor Smith as he put on the brakes right in front of him. Did a nice job avoiding Smith altogether, but one of the Mavericks took exception. That was Graham Wood, who is going to be placed in the bin. Second penalty of the game on Wood. The first was for a hold. Still some conversation here. Bepko now accompanied to the bin. Although it opens for Guzman. It is a full house over there. Now Bepko was headed into the bin, told not to go in. But he is instead headed to the locker room, so it looks like he may have been issued a penalty and 10 on top of it here. No one on the Columbus side has been asked to return to the locker room. Though Wood is now standing in the bin. Hopefully, those of you at home can hear the music playing here. Pretty fitting for the moment as the officials get everything worked out. Elliott and Gentz standing closest to the box as their respective teams' captains in the moment, we'll call it. Five to 1 Columbus, 12:26 to go in regulation here. Right now, the only penalty on the board was Graham Wood's 2-minute minor, but that has since been yanked off. So now there are 2 men in the box, 1 man in the locker room, and 0 penalties on the board. Guzman clapping up a storm in the box for some reason. Now there are 2 minutes on Guzman showing on the board. No time on Wood, who is, again, standing in the penalty box right now. Five men on the ice for Columbus, 4 for Cincinnati, so it's going to be a power play for the Mavericks, who already hold a 4-goal advantage. Trying to make it 5 here would be their 3rd power play goal today and 4th special teams conversion. Nelson sent in, and great work on the swipe from DiCarlo. Ejected that puck into the ceiling. Brown, Eggleston, Harris, Kadidis, who holds right now, and Nelson, who passed it to him, are out there. Harris got his 1st goal of the season today. And he was encroached upon by McDonald there. Here comes Brown, sent in. DiCarlo saves. Rebound to Brown. Right wing side. Nelson sent in. DiCarlo with the mid again. Freezes things. Elliott, Naumenko, Perez, and McDonald were on the kill. Now Guest, Hilliker, Gedge, and Klein come on. On the attack for the Mavs, Kujendikis, Gentz, Emilio Valentine, Dalton Zulka, and Braden Medved. Zulka has the puck far side. Turned over to Klein, who whips it out. Back down to Anders Smith. 11:40 to play. 1:13 on the timer here for Columbus to work with a man up. 11:30 to go in regulation. We finally have those penalties sorted out. I'm trying to do that for you here momentarily as Gentz circles the wagons, gives Medved a slapper. Screened out in front. Valentine clipped it into DiCarlo's sweater. That'll pause action with 11:18 to go. Wood was called 2 minutes for roughing. Unsportsmanlike conduct called on Guzman. Then Bepko whistled for indirect head contact, and then an unsportsmanlike misconduct 10-minute penalty, so he went back to the locker room. Only 26 seconds, the last 26 seconds of regulation that he could have played, in theory, but he was likely just ejected. Gentz holds now, gives to Medved, far side, sent in, redirected to Valentine on the goal line. Whacked at by Hilliker, played to Gentz, pushed past the goal line, far side. Guest with great work on Kujendikis, spun him around, got possession and cleared. Be another power play gone by the wayside here for the Mavericks as Smith iced that. Perez takes the face-off over Gentz. Medved far side. Kujendikis out to Gentz. He's got some speed. Guzman fresh out the box, closed quickly on him. Gentz now pokes it away from Guzman. Kaufman pushing him away. Guzman mashing Zulka into the glass and now hitting him while he's on the ground, and he is going to just head right back into the penalty box. Looks like he was also given a 10-minute penalty there. So Guzman will join Bepko in the locker room. And he slams his stick into the ground and has been left there. Lee Lansdowne and Ben Cope giving the official quite an earful as well here. Another power play for Columbus. 2 minutes on the board for Guzman's initial infraction. And he'll get 10 minutes on top of that. Short-handed chance for the Clones. And it is an armpit save. Punching it down on the shot from Noah Gedge is Anders Smith, number 24. That save for Smith. Mavs with plenty of time to work here, and nice pass to Alex Brown. He shoots, sailed over the crossbar. The dish came from Harris. And gives another nice pass to Eggleston there, but he couldn't get much on that attempt. DeCarlo saved it. Harris will wipe the sweat from his brow on the bench. He's chefing it up right there, trying to create an opportunity for one of his teammates. Face off won by Zolka. Elliott knocks it out of the zone. 4 Mavs accompanied him to center. Now back on the attack, Wood holds. Good nudge from Elliott. Gallegos gets to the far side of the ice. He'll come through. He and Kuzendikis collide. Wood sets up behind Smith. Right here to Gentz, coming through 3 lines. Hunter Gentz with 2 points today. His 3rd 2-point game against Cincinnati in this building this year. .45 seconds left on the man advantage for the Mavericks. Gallegos, Gedge, and Kathman out there now with Guest. Charlie Nelson coming through, taking a shot. DeCarlo saved it, doesn't know where it went. Now Kadidis has it on this far side. Looking for the feed out in front. Plopped in the air. Kathman got a hand on it. Kuzendikis holds in. Backhand finding Kathman instead. Flicked in the air. Kathman holding the puck in his hand, knocked the man down. We get a whistle. It's going to be another penalty. It looks like Kuzendikis is being pointed at now. Wood has the quick conversation. It's actually Charlie Nelson that was the Maverick who on the receiving end of that point. Around 1:56 of power play time to work with for Cincinnati. Backhand onto Smith, saved not once but twice from a sitting Hilliker. Guzman was called for a cross-check before he left. That penalty was served by Aiden Vestal. Louis Allen, Patrick Patton, Cameron Klein, Emmett Guest, Tyler Hilliker are out there on the power play. As DeCarlo left the crease to get that puck, Guest enabling him to get back in position. Hilliker coming down the near wall. Circles to the far side. Patton crosses center. Plays it around those boards to Hilliker. Now it is Klein. Chipping it over to Guest. Residing this right wing. Coming down. Tipped. Deflected. Redirected. Whatever you can do to a puck, it doesn't matter much to Anders Smith. He is stopping it. Face off for Cincinnati. 7:26 to work with here. Klein sends it off the left ankle of Wood, who's grimacing a touch. Allen playing to Patton on the far wall. Zulka between them. Cross ice to Guest, looking for space. Had Allen, and it leaked through. Here comes Seamus McCoy. Backhand. DeCarlo saved it. Klein laid out in an effort to get it away. Now it's played up, and it clipped the foot of Hilliker on his way off the ice. So now the power play is still going to happen here for Cincinnati. Patton's shot denied again. Smith with the right shoulder. Another chaotic sequence. Those have only borne fruit for the Mavericks so far today. So 40 seconds again to work with for Cincinnati here. Pass through the crease, a good one. It came from behind the goal line, but no one home for the Clones. Now McDonald circling the goal line, looking for assistance. He has Elliott near him on the blue line. McDonald let him do it himself and give to Perez, right wing side, dot shot. Again saved by Smith. And the Mavericks will clear it with 20 ticks to go on Cincinnati's power play. McDonald again trying to come through. Columbus gathers, plays down to DeCarlo. Power play by the wayside for Cincinnati as we approach on 6 minutes left. Harris knocked Elliott off the puck. Nearly a chance right at the front door. Instead, Perez comes the other way, goes around the goal line looking for help, has a man. The pass got deflected. It was Turner streaking down, and Gedge right on top of Smith, but fully prepared Smith was again. Nelson backhanding it out. Lofted pass to Zulka, who was out in front of the pack. Spun himself into the ground, though, allowing McDonald to prevent that chance. Now Harris, though, sent in. Deflected. Redirected again. It's Nelson. And now McDonald will come the other way with Turner. Feigns a shot. Finally sends it in. Smith again with that right arm. Knocks it away. Here comes Zulka between Stone and Kathman. Dodges Kathman. Now spins away from him. Looking for a cutter. Medved one-timer. DeCarlo all over it. DeCarlo up to 38 saves now with 4:59 remaining in the game. Anders Smith has 29 saves. The Mavericks with that 43-30 shot advantage. Arios over to Kathman. Up to Turner. Held in by Persio. He lets it go under his blade. Nice pass from Turner up to Vestal, knocked away. Valentine giving to Kiefer. And it is Gallegos gathering. Turning it over, getting it back, but Valentine beats him to it as it crossed over in the attacking end for Cincinnati. Delayed offside. Clones forced to reset. Gallegos, far wall. Back to Kathman. Misfire from Kaufman will bring upon icing. Face off to Gallegos. Now Smith has it, trying to clear. Clones circle back. Eggleston trying to pick it up for Columbus. Now it's Gallegos joining Gens along the wall. Smith has it, gets into the slot, backhanded through, and Gens nabs it away. Played up. Brown kicked it too far in front of himself. Kaufman trying to beat him out for icing, can't do it. Brown got on his horse. Now the Mavericks with another scoring opportunity. Gens getting physical. Trying to gather that puck back, and now Kaufman on the backhand gives to Smith. Lofted up to Elliott. Plays it off his skate, gets into the slot. Now it's a turnover. Perez shot. Again deflected into the netting by Smith. That last save by Smith, number 98 of his last 3 games here against Cincinnati. On 105 attempts. He has been on lock. Kuzhendikis to Nelson, now turned over, picked up by Harris. And a crisp pass to Zolka coming in the zone. Klein in his way, spinning back, left for Nelson, but now the Clones have a numbers advantage. Nelson trying to get back in the picture here. Patton giving to Guest, screening for Allen. Backhand, no one's at home in the crease. Did Anders Smith somehow still save that puck? My goodness. Guest set a screen on a defender. Allen sent the shot in. Smith moved to his right to save it. It came back to Guest right in the crease. Smith somehow reached back and made the save. Wasn't a whole lot of space for Guest to get creative on his shot, but holy cow. Looked like Emmett Guest was destined to join that puck inside the net with the speed he was moving at. Instead, it remains 5-1. Patrick Patton being sent back to the locker room now. The third Cyclone to head that way. Louis Allen tosses a stick that was sawed in half to the bench over there. He has the new stick, Hilliker and Wood standing out there. We'll see here in a moment what the official calls on Patton are. He will be serving a potential 2-minute minor for him. 26 penalty minutes on Cincinnati here in the third. 20 of those are from unsportsmanlike penalties. Looks like that number is going to get up to 38 here. Two minutes on the board for Patton, who again has joined Bepko and Guzman in the showers now. Head coach Lee Lansdowne giving the officials his point of view on things. It was a 2-minute minor and a 5-minute major on Patton, which presents a problem for the Clones because no matter how many times Columbus may score here in the last 2:20 or so, the power play is going to remain. Here comes Wood, playing through to Medved, knocked out by Naumenko. And McDonald will hold. Gives to Naumenko in his defensive end as we have 2 minutes to go in regulation. Two minutes for tripping and 5 minutes for slashing on Patton. .33 PIMs in the third for Cincinnati. Wood tried giving to Kujendikis, out his reach it went. Now Naumenko picking it up against. Played that with a high stick. Got another man touch. And there's going to be another penalty on Cincinnati. McDonald will go to the box for a trip. Gens still looking for that third point. Could have gotten it on an assist, but Zolka didn't see it coming. Played back to Medved. Now held by Nelson. Tangled up. Kicked out. And it'll be McDonald to the box for a trip. He is not destined for the showers. A bit more inquisitive over why he received this whistle, but the only thing he is getting in response is the tripping signal. 5-on-3. Columbus likely try to tack another one on here. Harris sent in to Carlo, saved to Klein, pushed out. 3 men out there for Cincinnati. Turner, Hilliker, and Klein. For the Mavericks, it's Eggleston, Nelson, Kadidis, Harris, and Emilio Valentine. That is who gets the pass there from Kadidis to Carlo. Smothered it before he could get a shot down. Kaufman, Smith, and Gallegos to the ice now. Medved replacing Eggleston. Here's Harris from the slot. Had it blocked. Now Kadidis at this blue line. Coming in, giving to Medved. Shot deflected by Gallegos over to Nelson. Down to 36 seconds to go in this one. Nelson to Kadidis coming in. Not a lot of space. DeCarlo closes the rest of it off. Save number 40 for Devin DeCarlo. 40 of 45. Not a bad day at the office by any means, but the Mavericks pounced early, scoring 3 times in period number 1 on 17 shots. And that allowed them to relatively coast the rest of the way. 20 seconds left. Kadidis passing down to Medved. Forehand, backhand combo goes over the crossbar. Nelson holding, coming in from the blue line. Gallegos got in the way. And now he's trying to tap himself a breakaway chance here in the last 5 seconds. Kadidis hustling all the way. And that will do it. Columbus closes the season series against Cincinnati on a 3-game winning streak. 2 of those victories coming right here at Queen City Sportsplex. This one by a score of 5-1 and involved 2 power play goals and a shorthanded goal. And a much needed get right spot for Columbus, who is up to 16 points now on the year. The Clones remain in last in the Great Lakes Division. They've got a handful of opportunities left. Just a couple rather, and they are both at Nashville on Friday and Saturday, and the Spartans residing in 2nd place in the Great Lakes Division. Take a good effort from the Clones to get that one done, but they are capable of playing good hockey when they put their minds to it, even against a high caliber opponent such as Nashville. See if they can get the job done in Tennessee, but is the last gig here at Queen City Sportsplex this season. Columbus, meanwhile, has 3 games remaining on the schedule, and they are all at home. 2 against the Buffalo Stampede and 1 against the Toledo Cherokee. If Columbus can keep up what they brought here today, they could potentially get up to the 20-point mark on the season.